Since 1990, one hidden food chemical has been banned in over 30 countries. But it's still sitting in your kitchen right now. Why are food companies still adding ingredients that are known to cause cancer? Red dye, number 3, was banned by the FDA for cosmetics. But somehow it's still inside your kid's cereal. One mother didn't know the truth until her 7-year-old collapsed from a snack she trusted. Would you risk your child's life for a slice of toast, that strawberry yogurt, that low-carb bread, that healthy fruit juice? They might all be hiding this. If you've ever looked at a food label and thought you were safe, this could be your wake-up call, because in the next few minutes you'll learn how to spot these silent killers in your food before it's too late. And one of them, it's still legal in the US, but banned in over 100 countries. You're about to find out why and what to do next. We look at the front of the box and think, natural, organic, healthy, I'm making a good choice. But here's the truth. The danger doesn't hide in the front, it hides in the back. Imagine doing everything right, reading the labels, buying the best, and still someone you love gets sick. That's because the FDA doesn't always warn us. Most harmful additives don't need warning labels unless they pass certain thresholds. But what if you're eating small amounts every single day? Take this. A fruit bar labeled natural might still have red dye number 3 dots, even if the box says no artificial flavors. How? Because natural flavors is just a legal trick. It can still mean chemicals. So what are you supposed to do? You're one person going up against billion-dollar food companies. And here's the wild part. That same red dye number 3 ? Banned in Europe. Still found in birthday cakes here. So the real question is, what is red dye number 3 and why hasn't it been banned yet? It started over 100 years ago. Red dye number 3 once used to color candy, makeup, and even medicine. In 1990, the FDA banned it from cosmetics. Too dangerous, they said. But somehow, they never banned it from food. Today, it's still hiding in gummy bears, cereal, kids' toothpaste, even in some baby snacks. And here's what scientists found. In lab tests, rats got thyroid tumors. Europe banned it completely. America, still serving it. That bright pink frosting on a donut. Yeah, it could be red dye number 3. But this dye doesn't just make food look fun. It can change your body from the inside. And it's not alone. There are other banned chemicals still sitting quietly on US shelves, labeled safe by default. Even the FDA admits the risk, but for decades they've let it slide. Sure, California banned it in 2023, but it's still allowed in your grocery store today. So if red dye number 3 is still in our food, what else are we eating without even knowing? It sounds like something from a lab, brominated vegetable oil, or BVO, once used to stop fires. Now found in sodas, sports drinks, and fruit punch. For years, people drank it without knowing, but inside the body, BVO didn't just pass through, it stayed. Stored in fat, building up bit by bit. Doctors linked it to memory loss, shaking hands, even thyroid damage. One teenager said, "I couldn't remember things at school. Turns out it was in the soda I drank every day." Japan banned BVO in 1970. Europe said no. But in the US, it took until 2024 for a full ban. Why the delay? Because big soda companies fought hard to keep it in, decades of quiet lobbying, and we kept drinking it. If you've ever had a lemon-lime soda, an orange drink, or a sports beverage, you've probably had BVO in your body. So yes, the FDA finally banned it. But after all these years, how many people were affected before it was too late? And now, if drinks are this dangerous, what's hiding in the baked goods we eat every single day? It looks like an ordinary burger bun, but inside there's a chemical most people have never heard of. Potassium bromate. It's used to make bread rise better, to give it that soft, fluffy feel. But deep down, it could be doing the opposite to your health. Doctors say it may hurt your kidneys and lungs and even cause cancer. In fact, the World Health Organization calls it a possible human carcinogen. It's been banned in Europe, the UK, India, and China. So, why is it still in our bread? Because it's cheap, because it works fast, and because the baking industry says it's safe in small amounts. It's invisible, has no taste, and is almost never listed on the label. One mum said, "I thought I was feeding my kid a healthy sandwich. Then I learned what was in the bread." In 2023, California tried to ban it, but big national brands, they're still baking with it. So the real question is, how much small is too much when it's in your food every single day? And if something this dangerous is in plain white bread, what else is hiding in foods labeled natural or healthy? You pick up a pack of bacon that says nitrate free. You think you're making the safe choice, but what if the danger is still hiding inside? Meet the trick behind the label: sodium nitrite and benzoates. These are preservatives used to keep meats pink and juices from going bad. But once they hit your stomach acid, something scary happens. They can turn into chemicals called nitrosamines, which may cause cancer. Even scarier? That bacon labelled uncured or natural. It might still have nitrites, just under a different name. It's not just bacon, it's in hot dogs, beef jerky, cold cuts, and even some fruit drinks. These preservatives become even more harmful when you drink soda or eat anything acidic with them. Think ketchup, vinegar, or orange juice. So no, they're not gone. They've just been renamed, rebranded to sound safe. But it's not safety, it's marketing. In 2015, the World Health Organization listed processed meat as a known cancer risk. Still, these additives show up in stores every day. So here's the big question. Even if you read the label, can you ever really know what's inside your food? You've seen the label, may contain peanuts. Made in a facility with milk or wheat. It sounds like a warning, but what if it's actually just a legal shield? For millions of people with allergies, this isn't about choice, it's about life or death. One small bite of the wrong food could send someone into anaphylactic shock in minutes. But here's the part most people don't know. These warnings aren't required the same way ingredients are. That means cross-contamination, where a food might pick up a tiny trace of something dangerous, isn't tracked like it should be. That chocolate bar with the label may contain dairy. It might have just enough to trigger a deadly reaction. These warnings are written by companies, not doctors. They're there to protect brands from lawsuits, not to truly protect you. For families with allergies, this makes grocery shopping a risk every time. More than 1 in 13 children in the US now has a food allergy. That's millions of kids living with fear on a fork. So the big question is, if even clean foods can be contaminated, how do you protect your family without living in fear? You're not trying to live scared. You just want to shop smart in a world that keeps making it harder. Because the truth is, you deserve better than hidden poisons in your pantry. And right now, your best weapon is the label, if you know how to read it. Start simple. If the ingredients say oats, almonds, salt, you're in safe territory. But if it reads like a science experiment, put it back. Even organic foods can legally have additives. Yeah, even the expensive stuff. So what's the one thing most health-conscious people still miss? It's this: natural flavors. Sounds safe, right? But that harmless phrase can hide over 100 chemical compounds, and they don't have to tell you what's inside, so you think you're eating clean. But the label is playing hide and seek with your health. Even doctors are now warning about this one phrase, because it's not just flavor, it's the biggest blind spot in the grocery store. And that brings us to the next truth. What's the one thing even top doctors avoid, yet it's still legal in your food? There's one last secret, and it's still legal. It's called a zodicarbonamide. Hard to say, even harder to believe. Banned in Europe, banned in Australia, but in the US, it's still in the bread aisle, right now. Here's the twist. The same chemical used to make yoga mats is also used to make your toast fluffier. Let that sink in. Just because it's on a shelf doesn't mean it's safe. For years, we trusted the brands, we trusted the boxes, we trusted the words fresh, wholesome, made with love. But somewhere along the way, we stopped trusting ourselves. And the truth, this chemical has been quietly poisoning meals since the 1980s. So now, it's not just about breakfast, it's not just about bread, it's about this. What else is hiding in your kitchen right now? And how long has it been there? You don't need to be scared. You just need to be aware. Now you know the top 6 hidden dangers hiding in your food. And that means you can shop with confidence, not confusion. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be informed. So next time you grab a snack, turn it around. Read the label. Ask, what's really in this? Because now you see what most people never notice. Share this video with someone who checks labels, but might still miss the truth. And subscribe to the channel. And tell us in the comments which one of these shocked you the most. The candy dye? The bread chemical? Or maybe the one still hiding in your kitchen? This isn't about fear, it's about fighting back with knowledge.